Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone to the board, the advisory board meeting for September 29th, 2025. Make a motion to open the meeting. Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, everyone can join me with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great. So we'll remind everyone that this meeting is being recorded by Marshfield Community Television, or media, I should say. That's old school. First item on our agenda is,
Point of order.
Sure.
Brian Crowley, can you check your audio to make sure you can tune in when you need to?
good point.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, great.
Perfect, thanks.
Excellent, thanks for that, Ben. So just first thing on the agenda is just some comments by me, the acting chair. As you know, there's been some reorganization in this board, a lot of movement, and I just wanted to thank everybody, the existing board members and also our newest board members, for their flexibility as we move into special town meeting, fall special town meeting, and prepare for that meeting. And but I did want to take just a second and recognize two board members who are no longer on service to this board. That's Rick Smith and Sherry Costello. Both served the town as members of this board well, and I just wanted to publicly thank them for their effort and for their service to the town. So, okay, so the next item on our agenda is to discuss and vote on advisory board reorganization. Prior to Rick's departure, he was chair of the board, and I was vice chair, and I am vice chair, but now I'm acting chair. Yeah, we're getting some feedback, great. And Jan was or is the secretary, but in this case, with all new board, basically not all new, but a number of new board members, I thought we need to be prudent. I thought we need to take a vote and decide who our chair is, vice chair, and secretary. So I'll open it to the floor.
I nominate you. Oh. I know.
No.
Oh, yeah.
On the green, when it's on green.
Okay. I nominate you to be chair, Chris Rowland.
Second.
All right. Any other nominations from the floor? All right. That being said, all those in favor of me as chair, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so now we need to elect a vice chair.
I nominate Paul Christofaro.
Second.
Any other discussion from the floor? None being seen or said, I'd like to take a vote on Paul Christofaro as vice chair of the board.
Aye.
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 Anybody opposed? Great. Congratulations, Paul.
Thank you.
And unless anyone wants to step up and take the position, we can leave. We don't think we even need to vote for Jan.
I'm good with Jan
Unless
keeping that
Mr. Swain or has it.
I'm all set, thank you.
Okay, so great. We'll just keep Jan. I think that's legal. We don't have to vote if she's already in the position. So, okay, so that got that complete. All right, so as everyone knows, we just had our joint meeting with the select board on the fall special town meeting warrant. And as is custom, we need to assign each of these articles to a member of our committee or our board as the liaison to that article, so that that person or persons can meet with the leadership for that department of the town, ask questions and gather information to bring it back to our board so that we can have a thoughtful conversation about each article and then vote to either recommend or not recommend to the town we move, that they accept the the warrant articles, so.
Chris, point of order.
Yes, sir.
Prior to assigning the articles, would it be worth going through an exercise to see what departments, board members would choose to be involved with?
I like that. Yeah, we could do that, absolutely, we could do that. So what we could do is this, how about we do it like this, because we do have the departments, correct? So let's just go through the, or did you just open it to the floor, how do you guys want to do it? I mean, what do you like?
We've always done DPW and CPC.
I mean, for the entire.
For the entire board. And I'm gonna need to suss it out for, Brian's on, but, I don't know if Jan's had departments before, I would assume. Brian's had departments before, so I'm sure Brian will be able to talk about that. Vin and I have not, Scott has not. Right, and they have not. So we can talk about, go ahead and talk about what we'd like to work with, and then can get with Peter and Ed and get with them individually and find out if for this, next cycle, it would be, that'd be good for them, which departments. So, that makes sense? Is that good? Okay, good. So, the first would be, you have on as moderator, I don't know, I assume I'll just talk to Mr. Fitzgerald, and I don't.
Yeah, that's a chairman's role.
Yeah, and I don't think we really, there's not much except for organizing with him, so I'll put that. Select Board, I'm happy to work with Peter on that as well, and the Select Board members. Facilities?
I generally was doing some of that as well, but, with DPW and CPC, which we'll get to, but it's open to anybody who's,
Yeah, so if,
I don't mind keeping that, because I have a pretty good relationship.
does anybody have any,
No.
all right? So, when you have on here reserve fund accounting,
I'm just going through the budget.
I'm just going through, so that would be our town accountant, town
Oh, I see. I didn't have this.
treasurer collector as well. So all of those types of roles would fall under that group, correct? Accounting,
We have it here.
assessor, reserve fund, treasurer collector, finance. I would just consider that finance.
Finance.
Right. Anybody have a
Just a
passion for-
question.
Yes, sir.
Sean Strobel, typically, has anyone taken that role on from the advisory board? Are you used to seeing someone?
Typically, I think it's been Jan in the past.
Jan?
Okay, so why don't we leave it at that, her on that, and
Thank you.
thanks for the feedback. I always forget people are online.
So that's for codes 132 through 149.
Okay. Hold on, I don't know why this keeps doing this to me. This thing won't let me, all right, hold on, let's put
So to clarify a little.
Yes, sir.
What I'm holding up is the operating budget and the code for each department. So that was just listed on the sheet and the department head of that department, so.
Yeah, just, yeah, it's a good way to do it, because if it's a line item, obviously that means somebody has some budget tied to the town budget. And ultimately, some years or some town meetings, we won't have, some of the departments won't have an article if they don't bring forward any, but obviously the finance articles, there's always finance, there's always the budget. So that would be standing probably. But it's a good way to do it, Paul. All right, next would be legal court judgments. That would be town council. So I can handle that unless somebody else wants to. HR? Anyone?
Numbers there.
Human resources?
Oh, I got it. Yeah, I got it.
Anyone want to work with that?
I think Donnie wants that.
Do you want to work with
No.
No?
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay, great. That would be Danielle.
Danielle?
Yeah. MISIT.
It's MISIT.
Information, management information system, IT, these guys, and you want to deal with that?
Sure.
Okay. Town clerk, that would be Nerys. We could assign that to, let me ask Brian. Brian, since you're on and you're not here, could you tell us which departments you traditionally work with and what you want to continue working with?
Yeah, I'm pretty open to anything, but work with treasury, finance, CPC type articles.
Okay.
So really, you know, no strong preference, so open for whatever.
Well, Jan and Chris could do, like, more than two of us on
Yeah, why don't we put you with Jan on the finance stuff, because you can divide and conquer on that.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. All right. All right. Town clerk, we could give that to, why don't we give that to,
Is that Narice's?
that would be Nerese, yeah. That office, but, she's got the assistant clerk, the assistant clerk, and the employees there, but it'd be a line item for them. So why don't we assign that to like Ed for now? Does that sound fine? Elections, town meeting, that is also.
Town clerk.
That is also clerk, so I'll leave that with Ed. Planning, conservation, Concom. Has anyone worked with Concom?
I'd like to.
Great, perfect. Planning board, that's a doozy this year. Well, it is, but we also, it's our first rodeo on
I'll
that.
take that too, unless someone has a problem.
Probably need some help with that one, though.
Yeah. I mean,
More than one.
Sure.
Somebody else will come on, don't worry.
yeah, I can, we'll leave you on there, Vin, and then,
Give me one of the newer people.
yeah, Scott, do you want to work on that too?
Sure.
Right. And that's great, because especially,
Planning and conservation, kind of.
you're right, they do. They absolutely do. So why don't we do that on both of those? And I will send these out to everybody, this sheet out after the meeting. I'll go back and clean it up. Police and fire, who was working police and fire before? Anyone?
Well, it's kind of mostly Rick.
Was it? I mean, I can work police because I know, but I mean, I don't want to just take those two, but I know both chiefs very well. So if you want me to do it,
Yeah, I'm good with that. I like to either be involved or another person be involved with that, too. I'd like to learn a little more about those.
all right, you and I do that.
Pair them up,
Yeah,
police and fire.
let's do that together, Paul. You should. All right, building department, zoning board of appeals. That's a pretty meaty department usually. Anyone feel strongly about that?
I'd love to, but I don't want to take something away from someone else.
Well, I mean, the way I look at it is you can lead it, and then if somebody wants to jump in and help, and they want to get some experience and kind of, they can express that, and then, you guys can work, like, kind of what Donnie and
It's me and
Paul have done.
one of the guys who was in here.
You know what, I'm gonna give it, I'm gonna give it to? I'm gonna give it to you, Vin, and I'm gonna put,
Either Ed or, I don't know the other gentleman's name.
Peter, thank you.
Peter hasn't picked up anything.
Well, he's not here, so it's hard, he can't. Sealer weights,
That's nothing.
I don't even think we're gonna have much there. Animal control, animal inspector, that's
That's not me.
I'm gonna just put, I'm gonna put that on, Ed. Just in case they need it. Harbor master,
I love that one.
you do?
I've dealt with Mike for years. so-
Perfect. Absolutely,
Mike DeMeo?
yeah, yeah.
Anybody else would like to go on that with him? Okay.
Mike's pretty easy too, not easy, but he's pretty buttoned up when it comes to his stuff.
He's a bosun mate.
Yeah, I mean, he knows his stuff. All right,
I was a storekeeper, so he gives me crap.
schools,
That's a big one.
that's a big one.
I'll do it.
Okay,
I know Ed was working with one of them for the instruction too.
I'll put him on there as well, because he did offer to look at their stuff. Oh, and that, we'll get to it, but I did get an email from Mr. Miller with the background, the sheets about the Martinson Elementary roof project, and it's just been crazy this week and weekend. I mean, so I will get when I get back home after this meeting, I will get get that sent out, and also there was the parks, the
CPC,
the parks that,
Open Space Committee.
open space and all that. So she sent that stuff too. So I will, in the last couple of days, so I will send that out to everybody. That just brought it up to me. All right. And I'll put Ed on there too.
So schools is Ed and Scott.
Scott and Ed, yes. Board of Health?
I don't think these guys know yet. So 400 all the DPW fuel maintenance.
Oh, right, sorry.
Green.
I jumped that. That's on me.
We've been doing that for a few years.
Yeah, they've already been doing it, so Paul and Don have taken the DPW, all the DPW, so everything from 400, which is administration, down to maintenance in the cemetery, greens and trees, and they've already met with them and started gathering information, so we'll leave that with those two. So now that's why I jumped to Board of Health. Board of Health, we can give that,
That'd be a Jan one, huh?
I'm going to give that to Jan. That's good. COA, Council on Aging. I'm happy to work on that.
Okay.
Since my mother-in-law goes there, she calls it the club. It's pretty awesome over there. Veteran Services, so Donnie.
That, and I probably would also do the Veterans Memorial.
Okay. It's coming along, too.
Is everybody aware of what Karen's gonna bring up at town meeting about that? Her assistant being.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Donnie.
We're gonna go back to library.
Library. Anyone?
Jan had that before.
She did?
Schools, right? No.
Could be.
I'll put it there, and then, I'll talk, I want to talk with Ed and Peter too, just to, there may be a couple of them being moved around. I mean, we'll see, but for now, I just want to give everyone a shot to, but again, in this STM, it's moving fast. I mean, we need if there's anything we need to gather, we need to do it in the next 2 weeks. Historical Commission,
More than the two of us.
anyone?
We're taking out your
Historical typically doesn't have a.
I'm not sure what that is, but
I'm gonna put Peter on that. Clam Flats, Donnie, maybe you should do that, because isn't,
This, the mayor, yeah, okay.
well, I'm just saying, I think he's involved in that,
Yeah.
We have a department for clam flats.
believe it or not. Well, it's a line item, it is kind of interesting that our clam flats are a lot of people clam for food and clam for fun, and it's a thing. I mean, there's clam season, and we do have issues sometimes with bacteria levels and things like that, and so they need money to take care of that stuff.
Sure. Glad to.
Debts, I guess that would be under finance, right?
Yeah.
So I'll put that for Vin. Oop.
No, that's,
Oh, Jan.
Jan and
Jan,
Brian.
sorry,
Chris.
yes.
You just picked up another one, Brian.
Sounds good.
Clam Flats, already did that.
What did you call that one? What's that one called? Debt?
Debt, it just says debt. Assessment, state and county,
probably the same.
yeah, all right. General insurance, that's probably fine, isn't that finance as well?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna leave that. Retirement. That might be more under HR, correct?
Yeah, give it to me.
Okay, I think that would be, and again, if we get to these meetings and we find that there's not a lot of synergy between the departments, or that you feel like it needs to have a completely different person, or whatever, we can discuss that, especially for our ATM for spring. Health and life insurance, that would also be there. Unemployment group would also be there. Medicare would also be there. All right, utilities. That's treasurer collector, right? Or is that, what kind of line item is that?
I have the budget.
What's typically there, is that like our public utility, the
trying to
Marshfield
remember.
Cooperative and all that?
Might be that, too. Actually, no, no, because the utilities, I think, are under DPW as far as,
All right.
electric fuel. It might be the town electric
Well,
gas.
let's figure that out, and leave it for you guys.
Again, this is based on the operating budget, not really the articles.
Right. Okay, so CPC, Paul and Donnie, because the articles are kind of working to explain that, right? That's because it's working hand in hand a lot with DPW. You thought you should work it with them.
Well, it is separate, and Chris does CPC as well. So
Brian, yeah, Brian.
Three of us could be on that as far.
Yeah,
And we'll pick and choose what articles, if they come up, who's more.
that's cool.
You're
I'm
all
good
right-
with.
Check with Brian, that you all right with that?
Yeah, you good with that, Brian?
Yeah, that works.
All right, let's put you on
Let's go.
rec department. Yeah, who? Yeah, Scott, do you want rec department as well? Okay. Enterprise funds is DPW,
Yes.
so
Yes.
I'm gonna put that for you guys. And then beaches,
Rec department.
Hmm?
Would that go with either DPW or the rec? Or
No.
that's, it's really more,
Cindy Castro was,
yeah, it's Cindy Castro. You know what, I'm gonna give that to one of the other new guys. I'm gonna give it to, I'm gonna give it to, Ed.
It-
Yeah. All right, so I think I have everything.
Good start.
Yeah, and like I said, we can flesh it out a little bit more as we get into looking at each article and decide, knowing which department that article is coming from and who's involved and what information we need to gather.
So what are the expectations of, if you're assigned, should you attend their meetings or at least be a fly on the wall for their meetings?
That's excellent. That's an excellent question, Vince. So from my experience, at the minimum, you want to set up a time with their leadership, either whoever's running that department, and ask specific questions about the article that's before us, and just make sure you, as the liaison, have a clear understanding of what they're asking for and why they're asking for it, and where the funding source is coming from, if there's money involved, or what have you. And that can be, for some of these, that can be enough. But you can absolutely, as a member of the advisory board and the liaison to the advisory board, much like the liaisons for the select board, attend any of their meetings and ask questions and talk to just to attend their meetings and be there as well. So it's a great way to get to know the department. It's a great way to understand how they operate, what makes them tick, and I've seen it both ways. So, but definitely, the most important thing is getting, and you can even attend those meetings even outside of cycle, right? So even before the annual town meeting article and special town meeting annual warrant is out, you can go to their meetings and just be a fly, like you said, a fly on the wall. So it's a good way to make yourself known and also get to know the leadership too.
Very good.
Excellent. All right, so I will send this.
Just to follow on,
Yep.
one of the things from somewhat of an efficiency, if you can't make you can come here every night to these meetings, but what I generally do, if I look at the agenda and I see that there's a lot of procedural stuff, I'll just wait and pick it up on YouTube, then I can fast forward.
Yeah.
And if I have some questions about certain areas, then I can go to the leadership and say,
Good point. Yeah.
at 10:15 last night, he had this question rather than sitting through the whole.
No, it's a very good point, Paul, because honestly, before COVID, and even I mean, I'm not even sure when we started recording select board meetings and open meetings and consistently posting them online and on YouTube. But I know that it really like gathered huge, energy and huge momentum when we were under lockdown and everything was like remote. So a lot of these ways that they used to meet with everybody individually is because there really was none of that. It was all face to face. And now that we're in a world where we actually can go back and rewatch things, it really helps us too. It helps us clarify. And we can always go back and rewatch and, like you said, bounce through it and really find the meat of it, especially if there's procedural things. So I think that's a great point. Excellent.
Mr. Chair, does the town offer any kind of like transcripts, like, like you can record it, but also have a transcript of the whole meeting where you can kind of?
It's a great question because honestly, I was on a Zoom call the other day, and there's these apps that will they'll transpose the meeting agendas, and I actually was starting to look into it to help us with our agenda keeping. I don't know if the town does, and I'm going to look into it, but if they don't, I think legally we can use something like that. But I'm looking into it, Mr. Swain, I'll look into it. But it's a good idea. Okay, so we've got those assignments. I will send these out and to just clarify that which everyone, just make sure everyone knows which articles line up. We have, like you said, 37 articles. Many of them are zoning this fall, many of them, and then a lot of them are the MBTA Communities Overlay, which I know we've been through and we've had discussions and it's been to town meeting before, but it would be good to continue to make sure we have all the clarity we can to be able to make our recommendation on whether we recommend this article move forward or not in the fall. And then we can go from there. One thing I did want to bring up that I didn't really think of until just now is we do have 3 citizen petition articles. So it probably would be a good idea for somebody from our board to meet with each of the individual or make ourselves available to those people to discuss I know all 3 of them were here on last week. And I have a pretty good understanding of what they're looking to do. But if anybody would be open to meeting with the 3 citizen petition people, that would be great. Anybody open to it?
I'll take that.
All of them?
Yeah, well, 2 of them are the same.
Basically. Yeah, basically they are. They
The other
probably,
is road grading on T-Rock Lane. I mean, it's not particularly difficult.
right. Okay. I mean, really, it's just to make sure they know that we're supporting, we're here to help them, and if they have they want to get anything specifically
I'd be
across.
happy to do that.
On that with David, and we had this discussion with DPW. They ask for 200 every year for road reconstruction. Then there's another 70 asked separately for unpaved roads, and David's asking we should have another 70. I said it in our meeting last week, so we're looking at a $340,000 operating budget line item that we ask people to vote on every year. And so that's what that's about. That's an additional 70 on top of the
I don't want to get into the weeds, but, well, I mean, town council said that Dave's article, Mr. Carrier's article, has no funding source.
Right.
It talks capital in the beginning, but that's only like historically. But
And actually, if it is an illegal article, it probably won't go forward,
the
so.
chair, I mean, the moderator will just can't.
He will, right. So,
But you understand
I do.
David's passion, so.
The piece I don't really fully understand is the 2 citizen petition articles by Ms. Jordan and Ms. Keith. They seem to be the same but different. And, either one survives or neither survives in my mind. And if, to me, there's no real emergency, why don't those 2 get together and work it out for one article at annual town meeting? And let's get something that's really cohesive. That's what I'm going to advocate to them.
yeah, and since we're on the subject, I do want to say something that, into that stream of consciousness and discussion. Mr. Griffin was here the other night and spoke about the nature of the special town meeting in the fall being an emergency special. And that's the reason that we only have a special in the fall is because he's actually correct. I know that mostly that meeting was created to make sure that anything that became an emergency or urgent between the end of ATM of the last year, of the fall, spring and the fall, that those things could be funded somehow. If they could be funded, they would be moved forward to the town meeting. But then things have creeped into this meeting. And not saying that you can't do that, because the select board has the right, the town, the people have the right to petition whether something can go on the warrant or not. And the select board 100% controls what goes on the warrant. It's their decision on what goes into the warrant and what does not go into the warrant. But I just wanted to bring up that in the past, the capital budget was very adamant about, is this an emergency? When people would come, we need a truck, or we need this. It was always, can this wait till spring?
Yeah.
Right? So I just wanted to bring that up because I don't think we really addressed it. It was a joint meeting. It really wasn't the time to discuss it, but I did want to say that he's not 100% wrong on that. Okay, so that's all I have on the agenda. Is there anything else for the good of the order? Any old business or anything we needed to discuss?
Well, do we want to go through the warrant, or have we assigned the articles in terms of?
We could do that.
Yeah, I'm wondering, just based on the outline, on the outline article.
Yeah.
We could just throw the names in.
All right, let's just do that. That's a great idea. I was just gonna, that makes sense, because then that's public and everyone knows who's doing what. So,
Or we could just call the department out, like, unpaid.
yeah, so
bills,
unpaid bills would
finance.
be finance.
So that's Jan, Brian.
Jan and Brian. All
By the
right.
way, I'm sorry, Brian, I kept calling you Chris earlier.
That's all right.
That's okay. He thought you were a really cool guy, so he called you Chris. No, I'm kidding. Collective bargaining,
Is that HR?
that would be HR, yeah.
That's me.
Yeah, Vin.
Who's got Article 2?
I have articles.
Oh, Vin does. Personal bylaw schedule, A and B compensation,
That's me.
that's also Vin. Personal bylaw, Article 4, personal bylaw, position, classes, and compensation, that's also Vin. Free cash would be Jan and Brian. Special Education Reserve Fund,
Schools.
that's schools, so that would be Scott, Mr. Swain,
And then two, right?
and Ed. Martin School roof as well, Scott and Ed. Open space, CPC,
Paul and Don.
Paul and Don. Same with 9. 10, Historical Commission,
I took historical.
yeah, okay. Vin. 91 Old Colony Lane is
Is that CPC?
CPC, right?
It is?
Is
Hold
that
on.
buying a piece of property?
Hold on, I can't. Yes, that's the, no, that's the airport. Remember, that's the property next to the airport? What would that be?
Right, but it's to purchase land so that we can zone it the way we want, right?
That's that 775,000 for under an acre.
735K for acquisition costs and a sum of money in land purchase expense to enable the town to acquire for affordable housing or general municipal purposes.
It's select board articles, so I'll take it.
Okay?
It looks like it's not, it's going to be funded in
Which article is that?
Article 11.
I think there's I think there's some kind of lawsuit going on there as well. He had mentioned.
You have 8?
On what? I am.
You got
11.
8?
11.
Oh, how about 8?
Oh, 8 is
9
you
is us.
you and Don. I mean, you and Paul. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about lawsuit. I don't know about that. Lawsuit?
Because he mentioned something that if this goes through, then the lawsuit drops, or, you'll have to
I'll find
look
out.
into it, because
Yeah,
there's something a
that's
little bit
correct.
behind the scenes
That's
there
right.
going on.
That's right.
Okay.
About a
Buy the
heliport.
property, the lawsuit goes away.
I'll talk with town council about that too, and Peter. All right. Number 12 is adoption of Mass General Law.
So aren't these next several articles all the?
Select board, that'd be me.
Okay.
All right, then we get into the ZBA overlay
So that's
district.
planning, right?
That is planning.
Me and Scott.
Okay. So I'm just going to put you and Scott on all of those. And that goes all the way. What about coastal wetlands? Is that also, that was you too,
I
right?
think that's all in the, you know, that, what's his name, Greg Gamond.
It is. Yeah, it's all part of that.
So everything down to,
Number 20, that is just housekeeping. Replace housing partnership with Marshfield Affordable Housing Trust that technically, and again, I need to somewhat recuse myself because my wife is on that committee, but, on that trust. But it's really because that's what it's been, that's legally what the organization is now. But somebody can talk to them if you need to.
Yeah, we don't have
I don't know
much
if it really-
comment on that one,
I mean-
that's just gonna fly through.
But someone's going to need to present it.
so that's me and Scott again?
Yeah, I think so. All right, all these zonings, Vin and Scott. We have a lot, but a lot of them are bundled, so that shouldn't be, most of it's the overlay. And if it goes through the change of use regulations.
Chris, when do they kind of give you notification that stuff's bundled? Is that closer to the meeting?
Well, and if you go back and watch the joint, I think he pretty much did it the way Greg Guimond basically did it then. He said, these are together.
Okay.
And he and we discussed them together. So I think that's the best place to look and how he's
We'll talk to Greg and see.
most likely. But Greg will tell you. But I think pretty much that's what they'll do, so.
Thanks.
Oh, great. Board of Assessors, HEROES Act. What did we say on Board of Assessors? I think we said that was
Jan and Brian?
Jan and Brian, yeah. General, 28 is
28 through
DPW.
34 is DPW.
Yeah, so that's Paul and Donnie.
And I have the last three.
Yep, great, and then Vin has last three, so. All right, so I think that's pretty clear. Great, so I think the next thing we need to do is just figure out our next meeting, and the goal would be for everybody to make contact and set up time. Make yourself available to those departments that you're assigned to and the articles you're assigned to ask any questions you might have, answer any, get the information. And then we'll bring it back to our next meeting and the goal, because again, this is moving pretty fast. It's the 29th of September now.
Town meeting date
It's
is,
the 20th. So we're 3 weeks away.
do you think it's
the day.
prudent that if everybody has up through, say, the 10th maybe, to get in touch with people, and then we meet the week of the 13th?
Yeah, that's perfect for me. So let's do that.
13th is Columbus Day, by the way.
It is. Let me look at that week. We need to meet that week.
Well, we need to meet and vote that week, right?
Right, no, but we need, that's the meet, discuss, and vote. So everybody should be prepared with their articles to present to the board, and then everyone should be ready to vote on where their heads at on each article, so. I can meet the 13th, but if people aren't around, I can meet the 14th,
I'm available both those.
I can meet the 15th. So any of those 3 days. Is any day better than the others for you guys? And then I'll check with, what about you, Brian?
Check.
And remember, you can be remote. So if you have to be remote, it's better than not being here, especially on this meeting.
Yeah, I think 13th, 14th, 15th, as long as it's like 6:37, I should be fairly flexible.
I was planning on 6:30. I prefer to start earlier than later. I know Peter comes from the city a lot, and I know, I don't think anybody, do you guys go to the city much? Do you go to the city? So I'd like to, I'm gonna try 6:30. I think, if we give him enough notice, he can make it work. But,
One thing, if people are away on holiday,
They are?
if that's.
Yeah, I
what-
think Don.
Let's just go, we can do the 14th.
I said, that would get everybody a chance to be here.
Okay, so let's do the 14th, if that works for everybody?
Yes.
I will post that ASAP, if I can get it posted. I will get it posted for the 14th at 6:30. I will work to get this room. And like Paul said, if everyone could make contact and talk to their parties by 10th, use that form to gather some information, prepare to share with all the board members. And
This back, Paul?
No, I can either just send it out there.
Send it
you can just send it
electronically.
all out.
Oh, perfect.
Send one out.
Now, you didn't just copy and paste the italics area in the warrant, did you? Or is that what those paragraphs are? They just-
Actually, you know what I did for the first time? Was, I was writing just Tony notes, and then on Word now, you just click, do you want to rewrite this using ChatGPT?
Yeah, absolutely.
And
But that
some of it
doesn't
made
provide
sense.
any
some of it
additional insights.
No, it's just,
No, that's
it's just,
just a Word doc.
it's kind of
that's
like
just-
Grammarly. There's a tool called Grammarly that's very excellent. It just helps you with grammar and how to phrase in a certain tone. And sometimes I think that's good. It doesn't really change the content,
Third
though.
person impersonal is
Do you
for
want
business.
to have
Yeah,
a vote on what?
I agree.
That's what.
These articles.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Came out of the way.
Okay, so we'll do that.
That's a good
Chris?
point.
Yes,
What do we- Paul and I
Back
met
over.
with DPW, and we would recommend approval of Articles 30, 31, 32, 33, and 34. It's explained to you right here, if you want to get them out of the way.
at the next meeting?
Or
No, we can do it
right now.
tonight,
I
we
mean,
got a
is it-
quorum.
Is everybody, if you want to do it, I
I
mean,
mean, it's up to the board. I just, I'm busy as anything. If you want to wait more people, fine. Maybe
what are your
we can-
feelings? What are your feelings, Vin?
We're only 40 minutes into this. So we could spend
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. If you want to do that, we do have a quorum and we do have 6 members of our 9-member board here, so if you want to present those and your thoughts on them?
No, it'd be nice if I just give is there a photocopy machine available here, or do you got to
I
log
don't
in?
know. Is it in, I have no idea, Paul.
All right.
But,
These are, we could just make the remarks on that.
yeah,
If we read off this one, and you guys can share our notes here, and you can see yours.
I think you sent them to me. I have
Yeah,
them.
they're in that email.
Yeah, I have them.
I mean, we met with DPW, and if you want, you can vote on our recommendations.
Hold on.
I just need to share my notes.
Well, I mean, I will say that Sean was here the other night. He made himself available.
The notes I, didn't you print out?
Many good questions were asked.
I've got one. I took you.
So why don't you walk us through, why don't we do that? Why don't you walk us through each
Article 30.
article? There's,
We got to get back to 28, 29, we haven't got that one back. But
We-
okay, but
But 30,
30 through 34.
30 through 34. Article 30, this is just about the initial phase. I was trying to look back, I'm not sure, I don't think it was last spring, maybe it was fall, we approved the Willow Street Bridge reconstruction. And all this is the first phase of first phase, they need to get the easements done before they can start that.
That was, you know where they're talking, right, that, it's been like that for.
It has.
a number
20
of
years.
Forever.
So they need these easements before they can begin the construction.
Yeah,
So I moved that we,
There's some risk to the town. I mean, that's been decrepit for a while, and
yeah.
Lord help us, hopefully it doesn't fall through one of these days.
and I do believe this is Chapter 90, Chapter
Yeah.
9 funding. So
It
it'll be a
is.
reimbursement.
I have no questions.
Anyone else have questions? I think it makes a lot of sense, and it's they have the funding source, and it's
We
been
need
talked
to
about forever.
Get them started.
Okay,
So make a.
I move to approve Article 30.
Second,
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye?
Aye.
Brian's aye, okay.
Unanimous?
Ayes have it,
at Article 31,
okay?
if a road is not accepted, you can't work on it. And this allows the town to work on unaccepted roads.
Right.
So for those of, what I'm learning about this, accepted roads versus unaccepted roads.
Right.
And I put in here what Sean was saying, is
Yeah.
an accepted road, you can get matching funding. However, if you put a lot of miles on this accepted road and you get $1 million matching funding, you need to spend $1 million every year on that as well. Is that the way, that's the way I understood it?
It is.
The unaccepted road, and that's why they go by the new subdivision design. It has all the stormwater, sidewalks, curbs, this, that, and the other as meeting the criteria of accepted roads.
Right.
So this unaccepted road bit it's just an annual request,
Yeah.
and as you see in my notes, this, I think it should be evaluated as a line item budget. It's just a maintenance item every year, along with the unpaved roads for $70,000.
Yeah, and I think that should be our recommendation as a board, and you guys have said that. And I think at the meeting the other night, it was talked about as well, and Sean did say that it should be. So it's just a movement to move that to the operating budget versus any kind of special funding
So
source.
what's the funding source for this?
It probably is going to be retained earnings.
Chapter 95.
Chapter 90?
No, not on
Which one?
I thought it was retained.
31.
31.
I think it's got to be retained.
It reads like capital funds. If it's capital funds, I'm just wondering why the capital budget committee wasn't
But
cut
it-
in.
Well, there was some, because of the velocity of these meetings and this STM, there's been some misses with
Yeah,
committees and departments getting together, which
we
comes
seem to
along
be
with...
skipping process, or at least that seems to be the habit of DPW for this type of thing. That's what I got from the briefing we got the other day. That-
Well, it comes up every year. You know, so I just look at why does the town need to vote
Yeah.
for maintenance?
Well, and typically, the DPW meets with the capital budget committee to go through their
Said he
articles.
didn't when we asked.
Right. but
There's
he-
some changes there
right,
as well.
Right, so,
You want to
I,
hold off till we know the funding source?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know the answers to these questions, and,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, what is-
whether it's
right,
even
hold
on
on.
capital budget committee's list of things that need to be worked
I think he
on.
told us. And we just-
So it's not in the operating budget, so it's got to come out of...
I don't know, I can't really tell, but I see the
Yeah.
word capital a couple of times in the italics, the bases for the,
yeah, I'm fine with waiting. I mean, on that one, if there are members that want,
And this is one of these expenses that they're doing this stuff already. You know, and like he said, that this is going to bring
I
us...
get it.
I just
That
like them
200
to
will get
hold
us to the
close
end
to
of
the
the year.
process.
They're saying it's free cash. My notes say free cash.
Okay.
Mine too did.
And so what does that mean? Is free
So the way I
cash O&M?
look at that is that when we're talking about an operating budget, so next year, right, let's say everything was the same, and we took 200 out of put it in the operating budget, and then when we certified free cash, it's 200 less than,
Yeah.
and that's what I'm trying to propose, that's the way we should operate a budget.
Right, Sean should be moving these things into his O&M budget, his operating budget, not,
So if he's
Sean's
not
on
hitting
here,
it-
do we,
no, not Sean Strobel, Sean DPW.
oh, right,
Sean.
that's right, he's not the, yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe,
Sean Patch.
Sean, am I getting this wrong? Are you tuned in right now? Sean Strobel?
I'm sorry, what was the
So,
discussion about?
Where is the money coming from for Article 31, which talks about repairing roads that have not been, and we're talking about large improvements to roads, is the way this reads to me. It reads like it's a capital investment to reconstruct roads, not just, perform pothole maintenance or something like that.
That's typically the annual article for about 200,000. I think that's, the funding source is free cash.
So what does that mean? Is free cash O&M funds? If it's available, it's there, you can use it but it seems like it's a capital improvement to me. It adds
No,
value
it's
to
a
the
maintenance
town.
expense.
Really, maintenance is not capital. I mean, even though the dollar threshold rises above the $25,000 criteria, but road reconstruction really is more O&M, because I think they're doing more maintenance. I could be incorrect in making that assumption of it. That's more of a Sean Patterson question, but I know in the past it's either fixes or maintenance for some of these unaccepted roads.
Do they ever take the money out of retained earnings, or is it always free cash?
Well, no, it's free cash because retained earnings is strictly for the three enterprises, so.
Correct.
Roads, strictly DPW highway.
Right, that's a good, right, you're right. Okay.
All right, I'm good.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay,
Good with that.
all right. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
So it's free cash, right? So
Yeah.
I'll move Article 32, approved as is.
All right,
I mean, was that 31? 31.
31,
sorry.
sorry,
31.
Second that. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay, ayes have it. All right, 32?
I move the article.
32 is also free cash.
Yep.
Any questions on that?
Other than the same, it's an O and M.
Yeah.
It's just,
Although,
See that move to an operating budget item.
yeah, I think, but Peter also said it was not unusual for it to come out of free cash, but there's been, but you're right, I think there was also conversation that we need to look at building it into the budget versus having it as a standalone.
So the only other point I would make on this, somewhat historically, when we do a new project, everything's brand spanking new, and then we neglect it for 10 years.
Right.
And then we need a new capital project to replace something that's fallen apart. And all this is providing some funding to maintain these parks that we just spent
Well,
$500,000.
they also spent $500,000 on these playgrounds. So it makes sense, may maintain the swings and the equipment that's there.
Absolutely, and I think that's a great point, and they brought that up the other day, how, we had the old wood playground, remember the giant one? And somebody built it, but they didn't maintain it, it didn't get maintained the way, at least that was what I understood, and
no,
then it fell into disrepair.
when the law changed about ADA accents and all that.
Oh, that too, yeah.
That, it was,
Type of material. and so forth.
Right.
yeah, that was a shame.
Yeah,
So
it's too
in
bad.
your dealings with DPW for this article, there's no reason we should ever have to employ a licensed playground contractor. Whatever it takes to get that license, Town of Marshfield should be able to get one of their people to get educated enough to be a licensed playground.
Yeah, and I think-
We have all these playgrounds, we should have someone on staff that knows what the
How to
rules are and how to
cemetery
maintain
trees and
them.
greens.
We shouldn't have to hire that, that's just a
So-
side note.
What this article really represents is Sean's initiating, I'm gonna throw this out for the parks and recreation to maintain it.
Yeah,
See what
I'm good with the
happens.
75K. It just annoys me that we're hiring someone to say, yeah, that's the right swing for the swing set. We ought to
Well,
have the
and if
smarts
they
to do
break,
that.
you gotta replace the broken parts.
I get all that.
Yeah.
It bothers me to hire someone to have that skill set. That's not
Like,
we're not operating a
that's good-
nuclear power plant here, it's a playground.
It's a
Get
good
someone
point.
certified.
I think I don't know for sure. I think that was just some wordsmithing in the article, because I'm sure that if a bolt is missing, we're not gonna hire a licensed playground contract.
It says they're gonna
However, we could hold off.
I don't
on
know
that,
if
get
that's
that- get
$10 or
verified.
$10,000 for that little piece of the $75,000 fund, but that should be zero in my mind.
How about, we'll just get that
Yeah.
question answered, then come back to it.
Look,
Okay?
Yeah,
advocate, I'm looking for advocation that, Sean, what does it take? Can you put this on your list of things to do in the DPW?
Okay, so you guys are gonna get that information?
Yeah, on the license part.
All right, so that's 32. All right, Article 33?
recommend we approve it.
What, the
Did we
three,
vote on 32?
no, I thought,
We're gonna hold off,
wait.
find out about that license contract.
I'm good with the expenditure, I just want you to
Oh, you just want to get.
push. push DPW along with that other piece. I'm good with the expenditure.
Do you want to move the article?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let's,
I have no objection to that.
so you don't, so just to be clear, you're not against the funding, you just want the answer, why does it have to be a certified person
One of
outside
their
of their staff?
You know, one of their own employees could be licensed to do
That's
this.
exactly true.
They could just have that,
If
give them an
all it takes
opportunity.
is a
Right.
course,
We should have asked.
yeah, just,
Yeah, that's it.
but
We'll
as
find
far
out.
as the article itself, I'm good with it.
Okay, all right.
All right, I'll move Article 32 to be approved as is.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Article 33,
Well, basically, without this pump,
Well, you moved
I moved it.
to
The
approve.
consequences could be catastrophic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have no problem with the article. Again, I'd ask, do they have a list of critical spares? Like, this is a critical spare is what I'm getting from this. Does the sewage treatment facility have their own list of critical spares that they will at some time be asking us for more? Again, it's no problem with this article, but questions you could ask them.
Good point. One of the things that came out of my meeting is I'm going to spend some time with him, Clint, down there. But really, this, to me, is more of a capital, but it's going to come out of his wastewater retained earnings. And that's what he laid out was the scenario.
Yeah, if anything that's going to take significant capacity away from our ability
Well,
to
he-
process sewerage, we need to have a spare in the warehouse.
Well, he said it's almost 30 weeks.
Yeah.
yeah, 30
Get it?
weeks.
So to have one on the shelf makes all the sense in the world.
Absolutely
If
does.
they have the problem, bang, they can replace it.
Okay. Yeah, but I see Vince's point too, it's,
There
if
could
it
be
takes
things
30
like
weeks.
Circuit boards and other, small things that they're not even
I'm
considering.
learning more. I need to learn more about the wastewater.
Yeah.
side.
It takes time.
It took me a long time to get over that Plymouth pump.
I'll go with
We
you.
spent
I know a
that.
little bit about that stuff.
It takes time on
All
that.
right, I'll move Article 33 as written.
Oh,
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Great. Article 33 passes. 34. Where am I at?
I move we accept Article 34. Paul, do you want to?
See,
Well,
this
I
is-
think, before we move on this, I think he's going to take down a couple.
Yeah.
They're going to amend this article to remove 2 of the vehicles.
Okay,
But as you see in my notes, this was all about last year, we approved,
So this is the one that the capital budget chairman got a little upset about, saying if we're not in an emergency situation, why are we talking about it?
yeah, and in the past, I mean, I think that's kind of why I brought that up, because
Yeah.
in the past, that would happen, and it wasn't really something that needed to be brought forward. Now, at the end of the day, they end up paying for these things out of retained earnings usually, assigned to each category, right? So, but the capital budget, should have the opportunity to review and discuss these items because they are capital items, so. But Sean also said that he had not been contacted by the capital budget committee.
What is that?
I don't know. I mean, that's something that they
Gonna
need,
get me going again.
they need to work, I don't want to get you going. They need to work it out. They need to discuss it, they get it together.
That's what leadership
So,
does.
That's right.
They
So-
don't wait for a phone call, they make a phone call.
Right, so, okay. So what do we, so,
I think maybe we'll hold on that, and if they're going to amend the article, we don't want to vote on it if they're amending it.
but are they going to amend it on the floor?
I'm not quite sure. He wasn't, it was somewhat of a discussion, and I got a question for Sean as we're discussing this.
Okay.
Sean Strobel,
Oh, Sean, you have a question for him?
yeah.
Sean Strobel, are you still on? Are you available?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sean, last spring, we voted to, I'm looking for it here, there was a good chunk of money to go to leasing vehicles. And I understand that program has not really come to fruition, and that's one of the
No.
reasons this
That
article.
that did not move forward, that was not approved at town meeting. It was proposed, but we actually had to use that 250, that was for the vehicle leasing program to actually pay for the tuition for South Shore Regional.
Oh, so we took that off and put that towards the schools.
Correct.
So as a result, there was no capital expenditures on vehicle replacements last year.
That is correct. We didn't actually go through the leasing process to purchase, or obtain, actually, it's supposed to be 16 newer vehicles to replace part of the aging fleet. So that's why DPW, I believe, is putting those articles forward. Typically, those sort of capital items are reviewed and proposed during the spring, but DPW brought those articles forward.
Yeah, well, I think two of the vehicles are asking for, they've had to pull off the road because they won't pass inspection.
So we are an emergency classification.
Those are definitely emergency, yeah. Okay.
But Sean, is this lease program, is that on a back burner now?
It's on the back burner now until we have a town administrator who can review whether or not they want to move forward with that program.
Got it. So I think on this article, I would hold off until we clarify how many vehicles they want to buy.
All right, you're going to hear from them, you'll reach out or you'll...
Yeah, because at the time, they weren't quite sure, because there was some discussion the other night about, why does he need a Tahoe to run around in type of
Right.
thing. So I think they were going to pull off the superintendent's vehicle and another vehicle.
I mean, bottom line is the department heads run the department, and if they have the money and they want to buy, I mean, there's reasons to buy certain vehicles for certain jobs, I mean. But I understand the question, Mark. I do.
Yeah. And I think that's what they said, that one of the wastewater trucks had to be taken offline, and the other thing I did ask them about was, does everybody have to have their own dump truck? And,
Yeah.
because of, some synergies, and no, they do some sharing. They've even had to share, like, back trucks with other towns. If theirs is down or theirs is down, we'll share the trucks. And
They will, yeah.
so, it's not like everybody's having their own truck that's sitting idle 90% of the time.
Right.
But I think for the benefit of us and the benefit of town meeting, they should clarify, these are what we need to replace and why, and these aren't part of the article.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I mean, that's why we exist, right? We exist for us to get the questions answered so that people, before they would ask them at town meeting, they have some of the answers that they can have before they make a decision on what they're going to
So
vote.
what would be helpful, since we're going to wait on this one, is maybe a small table in your sheet that says, here's the vehicle that we currently have, here are the problems with it, won't pass inspection because of, the brakes are all shot, or whatever it is, and this is the cost, or something like that, that really lays it out so no one can say, well, why are we replacing this dump truck?
Right. Okay.
A little more granularity would be helpful.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure thing.
okay.
So I think that's the only ones that we had some work done on.
Okay,
Good job.
that's great, and it's good to get a little head start on that. Good work. Okay, so I think that's all I have. Anything else for the good of the order? All right, so I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.